begin with the country that is now in last place. That is United Kingdom. And the United Kingdom gets 0 points.
Chatting Tracks. Let's talk music.
Oi, oi, I'm Robbie. It's Chatting Tracks. Let's talk music. Let's talk music indeed. Thanks for joining me on my little channel talking about music. So, Eurovision Song Contest is just around the corner. Now, this thing is Marmite. People love it or they hate it. Me and my family, we absolutely love it. We get together, we have a little party, and we don't listen to any of the songs until the night. Well, I don't anyway. And then we find out, did that song deserve to win, or was it just absolute political trash? And that's why this song has won. Anyway, I had to look at the last winners. When did we last win? And I've made a list and I've written an article on my website just all about it. And I thought we'd just go through the list and see what's on there and see if we can put the Eurovision Song Contest to rights. Anyway, let's take a look at the website, shall we? So if you go to www.chattingtracks.com, there's loads of stuff on there as well. You get all the videos, all the articles I've written. Also, there's tracks on there that bands have sent me that they've never released. There's some by Fiction Factory on there, Doctor the Medics. There's all sorts of stuff on there. Go check it out. It's all up there. Anyway, yeah, so the website's fantastic. I've decided to use it a little bit more, and I thought I'd write some more articles on it. So we're going to go through some of them on this list. Not all of them, because obviously I want you to pop on there and read all the details about it. So I'm going to do some of them, but not all of them. So what I've done is I've looked at the track individually. How did it do in the UK charts as well as in the Eurovision? And we're going to go through some of these songs and find out, what makes it so special. Did we miss the formula? Where have we gone wrong? And how can we change it? Also, what I've done for fun, I've put a playlist, which will be in the bottom, of all the tracks on this list. So if you want to play it in order, you can list it in order. Also, you can jumble it and you can just check it out and you can hear the songs for yourself. Because some on the list I've never heard before. So I thought if I make it easier for you, you just got to click it and there it is. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? So first up, we've got Save All Your Kisses For Me by Brotherhood, a man from 1976. And they won in The Hague. They won by an amazing 164 points. That's incredible. I don't think we ever see the likes of that again very soon. Also, it had a dance routine that went with it as well. It had this arm movement thing. So it had not only a sort of cheerful song, it had a bouncy melody, but you had a dance routine that you could copy and pick up when you watch it just the first time. I think that's the secret. You need a bit of a dance routine. It's got to be in there somewhere. Next up, Bucks Fizz and Making Your Mind Up. Now, a single's really hit it when it transcends into the charts as well. And I used to DJ in parties and bits and bobs like that. I used to play it all the time. And that's how you know when you've transcended the Eurovision, when you can play it at a party. A bit like Waterloo by ABBA, but it's not on the list, obviously, because it doesn't count. It went to number one in 1981 as well. So it's had a number one hit in England, and it just kept going and going. It was a juggernaut, this song. Also, don't forget you've got the part in the middle where it says, if you want to speed it up, I'm going to slow it down, and if you want to see some more, and they rip the skirts off as well. Using a little bit of sauce in there, didn't matter, did it? It helped us win. So it's one of those things, you've got a catchy dance routine, a bouncy song again. This is where I think we go wrong with Eurovision. We get so serious about it. We keep putting lots of ballads out. And I think this is where we fall down. We need to keep it cheesy. We need to keep it poppy. We need to keep it fun. And we need to keep it light. Now, the thing is, if we're going to keep losing, because people just generally don't like us in Europe or whatever reason you want to give it, maybe we should just make it cheesy. Maybe we should just make it crazy. Who cares? Let's just go for it. Next up, we've got Katrina and the Waves with Love Shines a Light. Obviously, Katrina and the Waves had a massive hit with Walking on Sunshine back in the 80s there. And this actually came out of left field. And I think this is what made this song win for us. Now, it's 97. That's the last time we won. We've not won in nearly just under 30 years. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But this is where we're getting into the ballad phase of things. And the year before, we had the wonderful Gina G with Ooh Ah Just a Little Bit. This, yet again, is another song that transcends like pop and chart, where I used to, like I say, we used to DJ in a club. I used to play this every single week. It was one of those go-to tracks. And why does it work? It works because it's cheesy, it works because it's fun, and it works because it doesn't care. And we've had a spate recently of ballads and these sort of big open, orchestral open type things where it's moody lighting and some singer belting out stuff looking a bit moody and stuff. I think we need to get back to this. We need to get back to the cheese. We need to get back to the daft stuff, or we need to just have fun with it again. Look, at the end of the day, if we're not going to win, why are we bothering? We should just put anything up there. Now, Poland did the same thing. I think it was Poland. And they knew they weren't going to win, so they just took the mick. And also, they won. Everyone just laughed at it, but it proved the point. It absolutely proved the point. So I think this is what we need to do. We need to get back to the party atmosphere of Eurovision. Say, look, we know you're not going to vote for us. We know we're not going to win, but just have a laugh anyway. Let's just do this. From 1968 now, the fantastic Cliff Richard, and congratulations. Now, this is one of those songs that if you go to TGI's, which is a restaurant in England, well, I think you've got them in America, haven't you? Whenever it's someone's birthday, they play this song and come out and clap and all that sort of stuff to it. Yet again, another song that's transcended the actual Eurovision and became a staple in British consciousness. It's one of those songs that as soon as you hear it, you think birthday. So they managed to tie this song in with an occasion, so it's still going strong, this song, and it's still bumming along. Fantastic. That's why this song is just brilliant. It transcended Eurovision, became a British classic, if you like, and a staple in English culture. From 1967, one of my favourite ones of all time, Puppet on a String by Sandie Shaw. She used to perform barefoot as well, so she had a real little twist about her. Now, when she did the live performance originally in 67, she was singing and the microphone wasn't on and there was a technical issue, and then she had to redo it again. Now, there was an argument somewhere that this was done purposely to make her look vulnerable, so people felt sorry for her and voted for her just out of sympathy because it was a false start and she looked really nervous. Who knows? It's one of those conspiracy theories that we'll probably never get to the answer to. But this song, I think, is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, again, it's the early side of sort of not taking Eurovision so seriously. It's got like a sort of wonderful, bouncy rhythm to it. And it just adds a little sort of... It's a love song without being a love song. And I think that's what makes it so special about it. And I think she delivers a fantastic vocal on it. And I think this is why we need to get back to this sort of stuff. Jessica Garlick and Come Back from 2002. Now, I didn't actually remember this song at all, so I had to Google it. And it was like the first time I heard it again. It gave me I thought this is a really great song. It's really, really strong. It got to number 13 in the British charts as well. So it did well for itself for what it is. And I thought it was a really interesting song. It's yet again another ballad. We keep going down the ballad road with these things. And I think this is our mistake. So the next one on the list, which I had to put on there, was Scooch, Flying the Flag for You from 2007. Now, some people are going to say, like, why is this on here? Because this was, like, the cheesiest song of all time. But this is why it's on there. It worked. It absolutely worked. It had everything that we needed. It was cheesy. It was poppy. It had a dance routine. It was technically nonsense because it was about aeroplanes and flying flags at the same time. And I think this is why this track has to be on here. For me, this song encapsulates everything that was good about the Eurovision style back in the day, and this is why I think it had to be on there, and you needed it on there. So I think this is the style we need to get back to. We need to get cheesy, we need to get poppy, we need to have fun. We need to just go absolutely crazy with Eurovision and say, look, you're not going to vote for us and we don't care, so let's just have some fun with it, and hopefully we can turn it around at some point when it stops becoming a political rally, which is what it is. Every year I expect it to be less foolish, and every year it's more so. So Terry Wogan, the captain of Eurovision, I miss him so much. He was so good at it. They should get Mickey Flanagan to do it. That'd be really, really interesting. Flying the Flag reached number 5 in the UK charts in 2007 as well. So it did yet again, it did really well for itself just as a single. Yeah, is it cheesy? Yep. Is it poppy? Yep. Does it do what it says on the tin? Yep, that's why we needed it. So that's just some of the artists on the article. Let me know in the comments what your favourite Eurovision song is. I'd love to know. What do you do for Eurovision? Do you celebrate Eurovision? Do you not like Eurovision? Do you hate Eurovision? Let me know in the comments. Let's just chat about it. I'd love to know your opinions on it, and how can we fix Eurovision? Don't say stop it, because I love Eurovision. Anyway, let me know in the comments. Let's chat. Anyway, it turns out 70% of the people that watch this channel don't subscribe, although they watch it regularly. So if you could subscribe, that massively help me out, because I can get more guests on here and they'll look at the channel and go, he's got a load of subscribers, I'll definitely go on there, and it'll massively help me out. I've got all sorts of stuff on here for you. I've got interviews, I've got reaction videos, I've got deep dives, I've got reviews, I've got DJ remixes, I've got quizzes, I've got all sorts of stuff. So even if you don't like everything, there might be something that regularly you dip in and go, actually, I quite like that as well. Also, me and my friend Pete Saxer do a show called The Flip Side of Pete and Robbie, where we get an unsigned band on, we interview them, play their tracks, and we play an hour of just unsigned bands, and we have a bit of a chat and a bit of a laugh. So it's just a cool hangout. So if you fancy a bit of that as well, subscribe for that so you won't miss that as well. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on Eurovision. I'd love to know what you think we should do about it, how we can fix it. Like I said, I think we should go cheesy pop and act like we don't care. That's just my opinion. But let me know what you think. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining me. Here's to Eurovision. Love and peace.